Good afternoon. Is it time to take my talus off? Is there a game that you don't know? Let me show you just a little picture, okay? The picture is, let me find it, it's right here. See the way these two dice are on their angle, okay? You see these two images above on the left and the right? One of them is the angle of the dice. Now the other one is the angle of the dice. It's two kinds of B-world. I gotta put down my cigarette, hold on. You see, the worlds exist like this, okay? The dice is of creation. It rolls the dice. So wherever it rolls to where it has to be. The two dice, okay, that you see next to the 3 and above the 6, is not like any other dice, and no other number can be made. The numbers that are missing are 1, 4, and 5. Why do I say that? Because when you hold the dice this way, everything else is its back towards us. So we use this as an equation. But back to the two dice. It took one of the two dice. All the sides were number 2. And then it took one of the 1 dice. So in order to create this dice, you only need 1 dot. But in order to create this dice, God went from the center to the left and from the center to the right, and he created 2 dots. And what he did is he decided he's going to grab the 2 dots and he's going to join them like this. He says, first we're going to align ourselves north-south, east-west diagonally 1, 5, 9, and then we just keep turning it over until all the numbers. Don't forget, in the 6 dice, there is no angle of the 3. But if you take this angle of the 3 and you put it into the 6 dice, 2 of the corners disappear. All you end up with is 7. The 1, the 3, and the 5, all inside 6, make 6, 7. The first one is God. The second one is the second part of God. It's the passage. The third one is man, but the third one they call 3, 1, 1, 3, KM, KC, CK, CK is C Jack 1. Do you know that the K can run? He can run, he can fold his 2 things and keep running down. The R is a stiff head, but he's going to arm in front and he can run. The C can only roll over and get stuck on the open space. The B will fall down on a point and not have nowhere to go. But the R can go, and the K can go, and the X can go. The Y can only run upside down. Don't forget, if you took what I told you and created it as a prism, you will understand a little bit better. As the prism is created, you will see how P works. You'll put the letters backwards and on top of each other and under each other and upside down, just so you see all the angles. The minute it makes something that looks like art, it is art. It's part of the creation staff. So we were talking about the dice and the numbers, and I looked up something over here today, and I'm just going to try and go back. Since the Earth is the 2 dice, and the 2 dice creating the 4 dice, we have 4 days extra in the year because of this world. Then we had the crossings. We had an X crossing through center once. That was God. 5 times 5 is 25. And then man went crossing through the center. 5 by 5 by 5 makes 125. It leaves God at the first quarter. The 1 of man is 1.25. The 4 days of the earth and the 360 degrees round is 365 degrees. 360 degrees. You can ask me anything you want to know. I can give you my absolute honest opinion on it. And truth within the numbers, of course. Without the letters and the numbers, I don't know where I'm going. Thank God for the dots, because that's all I got in life. It's like a dot to dot. Now this dice is a baseball. It's a baseball. Why? Because you can put your hand on 3 and touch 1, 2, 3. You don't go back here because that's the opposition, the backside of the 4. 4 across from 3 is 7, but only looks like 5 if we put it on paper. 2 across from 5 is 7, but if you put it on paper, it's only 5. 3 across from 4 looks like 5. You put it on paper, it looks like 7. So you have 21 and 15. The total of that is 36. 36 numbers in Monopoly. 36 lots to go around, in roulette. 36 lots or spaces in like community chess and everything in Monopoly. 3 by 6 makes 18R. But 666 is 18R is not the R you want. You want 616. One of the reasons you want 616 is because of the letter W and the letter N. 2 points up, 1 point down, 1 and 2. To get 666, we have to use a different formula. First of all, we have to create it through a birth. So the way we use it is by taking the letter L, which is 2 6s, making it the 12th letter, and obviously the F, the first one of these 6s, because isn't that what it's all about? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 72, 78, 84, 90, 96, 69, 23, 23, 23, WWW, anywhere you want to go. L and F is 12 and 6, 18, and the numbers you have is 1, 2, and 6. The numbers you have to make the angel resident, 1, 2, and 6. Father and mother that come to make you end up on the 3 dot over here. But with the 6 dice and the 3 dot, okay, what happens? Here's the dice, and here's the dice. This 3 goes inside the center, hold on a second. Let me see this. Where is this? I'm a little mixed up here. So, give me a second. So it looks like this. Now you got 9. So now you've got 9 places to make connections, but you don't make all the connections. Do you know why? Because you can't have interference. Only one will be able to run all of these. You only need one. You don't need the passage becomes in the center. But on the other hand, the 6 becomes this way, and then this 3 moves this way. The 1 goes in the center. Do you know why? Because the rest of the 3 stands up like this, and the corners are lost in 6. They become doubled, but only the 6 is not doubled because the 1 shows, which makes 7. So if 4 sides make 5, that's 20, and 2 sides make 7 is 14, that would be 2014. What month? The dice is 6. The first connection, okay, of alphabet is 3. Do you understand what I mean? Trinity, the 3 in a row, the 3 in the middle, the 3 that connect, 1, 5, 9 to birth. So anyways, what happens? 1, 2, 6 equals 9. So I'm trying to figure out what happens next. I hate that. When I explain, I get lost. The 6 and the 3. Oh yeah, you know what happens now? So in this dice, this one over here that you don't see doesn't count, and the one that you don't see here doesn't count. So you'll count the center plus the rest makes 7. But you don't count the center, it's not you, it's the clock of time. So you only have 3 and 3. 3 to the left, 3 to the right, 3 to the center, the face of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You already have parts of the other world connected to you inside your cube. Whichever way you move this cube of your choice, the baseball position is to hold it here. I do not show you the back. I do not show you the back on me or on top. I show you the 3 sides. 3, 4, 5. Now, you have a mathematical equation based off of whoever made the dice. They're all the same. Unless you go into a different game, this becomes a different species, a different type of animal. Although it looks the same, it's completely different. Just like if you take a set of cards from blackjack and you walk over to the poker table. It's the same cards, not the same game. It's a different circle of life. Mars, Martian, Jamaican. What does it mean, Candy? It means he can say in French. Jamais, it means never. Jamais means I have, I am. I have candy, or if it's Jamaica, it's related to marijuana. Marijuana, the first letter is M. The 13th letter is supposed to be unlucky. The next one is A. A and M for all, man. R, angel resident. Y, the split, the division between the two. You have the word of Mary, the vision of the Christ. The Jew of the Wana, because the J is the 10th letter and it makes up for -5 and +5. God lives on point 0. He is 11 just like us, but he is 0, 11. +5, -5. Where was I going? The planets, all because of us. This is just a little house of God we live in. And all the planets are feeders. Feeders for the mind and the earth. What does the earth need? Mercury transport over to the sun. The sun connects directly with the earth, and the sun connects to Jupiter. How does it do it? Through the back door of the Christ. There's an energy that comes above Jupiter, or from below. No one sees and no one will ever know, because that's the way it was made. It comes in one end and goes at another. And then it shows up in Saturn, 3 lines around, 4 lines around, whatever the lines are. It's telling a different story. The lines or the gases might be the vibration from Saturn opening and closing. If you were writing it down on a paper, that you would see what it would look like. Pluto, PLU, the number, the cost, the price. Pluto, Toto, second and last. A little bit later, Venus, Uranus up your ass. Spanish train, he slipped another ace beneath his cloak. Cloak and dagger. The diamond card, which is the red card, okay, it's not the heart. The opposition of man is his mind. The transmission is the diamond. Diamond or demon, it's the same thing. It has 4 points in the diamond where you can connect. If you put one straight line, creating the jack, on the diamond corners, you will see jacks. Okay? I can explain to you how they're done, but let me just finish. Once you put those lines, one up here, one down here, one down here, one down here, you create two K letters face to face. You create a box. With the K. What I was talking about before. So once you put a line, you're going to have the point there that comes from 2 areas, in which the point can go on by or connect. Then you have the added bar, 2, 4, 6, and 8. You got the 8 heaven, the connected wires. We extend the wires, of course. The wires go into your house, and then they come out of one place to go to hydro. Otherwise, you don't get electricity. I was talking before about a word with an R in it. What word was that I mentioned you heard? This is absurd. R, Mary, marijuana. So now we get the marijuana, Mary, dew, okay, the dew, the mist, okay, dew, D-E-W. D could be the game, could be the Q. E-W is earth and wind. Earth and wind that took all these pyramids and broke them down to basically nothing. And then it was sand on the beach, and man had a place to live. Marijuana, marry Jew, the U. It has 3 points, 2 up and 1 down. Another connection like the H, except it's cut off because it's at the bottom. We don't see it. It's out the door. It's somewhere back into the house, into another house. The H. Not in there the H, but Jew. And Wana, the magic wand, creation, angel. Do you want to marry? Marry? Do you want to have some marijuana? Oh, you want to get married to who? You want to what? Marry? Marry Jew? Marry a Jew? Jew? Do I want to marry a Jew? Does the Jew want to? Do you want to? And God talked to Mary, and Mary says, okay, go ahead, God. And she had one orgasm, that was it, that Christ was born. Boom, bam, bingo. How did he do it? Christ didn't come here just like that. He's an energy. He has to enter into a body if he wants to speak with the people. Otherwise, he's electricity. You put your hand to the electricity, you don't see it, you touch it, but you get a hell of a shock. And from hell he came, and from hell he comes. From hell he left. Heaven's E-Spirit life angel, hell. Because the double L is for life, but you only have one E. In order to make it all around the world for complete life, you need two E's. It takes 32 and 5, number 37, to create it. 37 reversed, 74, that is the number of Christ. 74 in opposition to the 11 world is 47, makes 121, 11, 11. 47 is the number for T-I-M-E, time. Time emits, same letters. It's all a game. It's a game. This is how the game goes. You know what you know, and I know what I know. Regardless of what you know, and I don't know of what you know, that is irrelevant to any of the facts of what you know. The primary destination for I. Now, to continue on to find the greatest secrets of life, you must include others so you can balance of who you are, so you can swim the pools of two. The Suez Canal, the rivers, the oceans, the lakes. Mars, a Mars bar. Mars is on levels and pipes. It's almost like going down the sink. Your thought goes into Mars, and the thoughts come out of Mars. They go up and down through the Suez Canal, up in the sky and down into your head. And if you think a little off, well, you make the waters sour. Not only for yourself, but we're all in the same tub. Rub-a-dub-dub. Dub? Dub. You want to dub this? Double of all. Rub what? Angel resident. Root. Rub. It's the beta burr. It's a beta. Okay? It's a boo. Let me just stop. Okay? There's a vowel in it. I'm not using initials. Okay? What was the name that I used? Boy, Rob, Burr, that was it. B-U-R-R-U-B, Rob. Angel resident. 1 and 8 is 9. But 1 and 8 is actually the pound key with 1 in the center and 8 around. That's the resident. U is number 21. It's the same thing. It's father and mother, but it's in the creation area. Creating with us. They're inside of us. What was the next letter? What was the last letter? 21. R18. Rub-a-dub-dub. The B is a 2. It actually says 932. Or reverse it, number 23, beta creation of the 9 spirit. 9 by 3 makes 27. The reason for that is because there are 9 out of the 36 that belong to God. You only play with 27 and 27, making it 54, 52 weeks and 2 weeks vacation. 52 cards and 2 jokers. Whatever you wish to play, wherever you want to go, there's always going to be a story and an answer for everything because it was created that way. Everything came from something. We are only an extension, but regardless of the fact, whatever we extend goes back into the system. We learn off of it. It learns off of us. Just like bicentennial man. Why bicentennial? Because the 0.25 of the crossing of the first X of God, 5 by 5 is 25. That also stands for Jack. That's God's number, 25. 5 before 5, 5 after 5, 5 and 5 is 10. 5 times 5 is 25, is 35, plus go. 26, and if he goes again from go, it's 27. Now you get all the numbers from minus 5 and plus 5, added and subtracted, and then starting on go and counting 1 as 2, because you stop and you start, and you start and you stop. Pay 400, 1 start, 1 stop, I stopped right on it, I didn't pass and go. I came in, I went out, 200, 100 in, 100 out. bicentennial. The 25 of the pound key, the pound key, the center, there's now a 25 put there. If you use them all, it comes out to 225. 22 means life of 5. 5 by 22 is 110. 1991 equals 110. Our mind to a 1010 world, it's 11. Now you got to find where 99 is. Agent 99 calling 86, man in heaven calling out to Jupiter. Jupiter, come in, please. Why is it Jupiter come in, please? Because only Jupiter can stretch out its arms at all the time to bring life in. Okay? But Jupiter has one center, it's only 8. It stretches out the arms over to 9, bringing it into the 8th heaven by the 7th gate. So basically, 9 disappears because you don't need it, you're in the world. The next birth comes in, it turns around, it picks it up, it brings it into the 8th world, and then you go up to be 6. Why? Because your birth starts in the ground for whatever your mother and father eat. You are 9 and you turn up, you're a turn up. And you turn up everywhere, and you turn everything upside down, and you don't care because you don't know about the values of life, because it's been blocked in the sands of time, just to the time when man comes to say the words he sees, not to say what he's learned, not to create something that's fictitious, just to create and see by the hypothesis and the thought of another, we can come together as one and find this puzzle of creation. But just having this energy that I have, I feel that I know that God is there, and if I believe so strongly, I think others should believe. But I cannot force myself onto others, so I do these YouTubes. If you can take hold and understand with what I say, this is not studying. I do not study. I just think. I have a pen and a paper and I think. And if I don't open the tap on my pen, my mind will stay stale. If I do not open this video, my mind will stay stale. I will go around and around and around. And then we have in Kansas City all the tornadoes, because every man's mind is now around. And we're around and off time and offline because of man's time. In the last 100 years, things of every nature have always happened in time and will always happen in time, because in time there is time. For when time is no more, it is no more fourscore, and in 80 we are out. 7 years ago. Jesus Christ. Number 151. Equaling 7. Christ is first, Christ is last, Christ is best. The question is he Hashem? Well, you know what he'd say, eh? When he'd walk into breakfast, Jesus would say, you know what, give me an omelet. Because that's basically who he is. He's more than one. He can come in by the holograph. He'll be born within. He can die at an early age. Oh, look at that. He didn't wake up out of bed. The parents are crying, but he had to come in for a certain reason. And then he left. Where am I? Where are we? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What are the questions? I want to try and be as precise in my explanation as possible, so that whoever is looking at this can see that I do have my full mind. What I also have is a devisable mind, where I can devise anything. It does not matter. I'm hurting no one, but talking onto a screen with a divided mind and a whole soul in action. The knowledge from within that comes from elsewhere must be shared. It is too powerful to just write it and sit on it. When I sit on the information, I burn inside like fire. I put on my hat and I put on my glasses because it changes everything. I can't see so far out. And the yellow glasses bring me back the original light, where the rays come off of the ball, where the rays come off of the car. Although it's harder to drive and harder to see, I'm actually getting the proper rays into my system now. Your body doesn't see it. It comes through the eyes. The eyes are very important. Even if you're blind, it still comes through your eyes. It's an energy. It doesn't mean if your eyes can't see, you don't get it. You still get it. But the intensity must be stronger because of the difference between your eyes and mine. That's something anybody could have said. Where do you want to go? I did a little thing over here. Okay, we're going to do a few things, just really fast. That's a jack, and if you see the grindstones over here, it says 2552. There's yellow in the space, and it is a heart, because we are the protein. I can't describe it all. Oh, here's the leaf. Why? Leafless paper, leaflet paper. Don't forget your papers at home for your memories. Write a note. Take a leaf. Take a leave of absence. The leaves fall down. The jack took a leave of absence from the sky and came down to earth. The jack of clubs does the same thing. The jack of clubs takes up the two part of the heaven of Venus. The jack of clubs connects to Mars, and the jack of clubs connects over to Saturn. And Saturn and Mars are very funny because the ace has a bar in it. Now normally in your sink the water does this as an S, because man on earth cannot take the pressure. Our blood pressure would pop 110/85. It's the same similarity as the information coming out of, let's say, Martian MT. Letter sounds. Empty, an empty can, nothing's there, just a little bit of dirt and water and stuff and all kinds of crazy designs. Because our reserve, just like we watch the toilet when we see 5 gallons in front of us, like our brain holds water, Saturn, number 6 man, sees a cross through Jupiter. And he sees Mars face to face, the mirrored image of who he is, and all your thoughts are in there. But when you become pure at heart, instead of it going like this, your drain is now like this. Now it's got the right angle, it's completely open. It's on this angle. If you shoot anything straight down, boom, it blocks. So God always shoves it on this angle, and then he puts ripples, so it doesn't block, because it has a road to travel. But when everything's on one sliding road, some can slide faster than the other. For the pure, I don't know. Where else was I going to go? I don't really know. My head is really open, really open. Not right now, because I'm asking myself questions. I'm face to face with myself. Mars was across from me. Now, what happens with the ace? What's so special about the ace? Okay, because when they say you got an ace in the hole, I'd like to show you what the ace does. Okay, show you if I can ever find the ace. Is the ace on the floor? Oh, last card on the floor. You know why? It's last. It's first. Number 92, 29, 121, 11 by 11, 121. The bee's nest. We all enter inside. Z55. 25 it says here. 25 and 92 is 117. In cracks. 11 comes 7. We have the ace. I don't know where I was again. I was on Mars, right? But in the ace, you see, you don't see any of the bars like you do over here. So you have to understand, how does this connect together? Is it because the bar comes over here to make sure the two parts don't open? Does the bar get turned? And you turn this upside down, it's actually R and R, a resh and resh in Hebrew, 2 reshes. 2 races, 2 rashes. Hebrew letter resh. 2 rashes? Yeah, they're 2 rashes. 2 rashes. 2 races. A rash of man. A red man. A red bird. So where were we going with this? So anyways, what I see is that what happens, okay, is there's an overflow drain on Mars. So that one's mind, because we're each individualized, doesn't jam, so it sets it out to another line, the water. At the time Mars is sending out the water to that other line, it's reading your body and you're starting to get tired. It's beginning to be the night. You can no longer handle the information. It's starting to go over the back. Mars opens up the other side and just lets it all go out and puts you to sleep. The difference with me is, he doesn't send my water away when I get tired if I'm desired. What he does is like on a gas truck. The overflow goes back into the tank. My overflow goes back into the tank, and I must keep persistent and down, 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 and go, 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 but slow, 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 so I can no, 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 yes, yes, yes. So it's pumping to me back in. So when it falls, it's like alphabet soup. I can't first make out all the letters. But once we start to get on a roll, it'll be ugly, it'll be funny, it'll be just about everything. The fool that I used to say I am, I love me not, I'll love me forever. Eternal. 4 by 9 is 36. That's the number. 9 and 4 is 13, unlucky. Because when that 36 goes away, you understand? 9 and 4 is 13. 8 and 5 is 13, but 8 by 5 is 40. 4 by 9 is 36. 36 is the life. It's the creation life. And I have to get a pen, because I just noticed that now. Okay, where is it? 49 equals 36, 85 equals 40, 74 equals 28, 65 equals 30. 20, oh no, I'm off the wrong thing. What's the last 13? 9, 8, 7, and 6 equals 42. It's all numbers. It's all playing with numbers. Number 42 in a simple letter count, okay, can say the X. If you reverse it, it's 66. The spirit of 76, 4 and 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8. So what I do, I did it very fast because I didn't want to show you anything. I just categorize that. That's where it belongs. Where did it come from? It came from this word. And it ended up in the third position of 5 letters. 5 letters in the word, third position. Everybody gets a number. You multiply and divide, and you divide and multiply till you use up every possible way. But remember, Trinity is 3. You bring everything back to 3s, and then to 2s, because the center world doesn't exist. It only exists in you and your counterpart of Mars. The Mars bar, the chocolate, the caramel, the Milky Way. The mind travels through Mars, your opposition. It has 2 more passages, from the soles of your feet, the arches, from beneath the ground of the 2 worlds, or from the skies above, through the eyes, through the field, the touch, and the sea. And there are many seas. So I didn't do this with you yet, really. So 7 plus 6 is 13, and you got number 13, and this is 55. 5 by 5 is 25. 5 and 5 is 10, is 45. Did I do that right? Yes, I did. 45 is if you add up the numbers 1 to 9. 4 by 9 equals to the word 8. 4 times 9 is 36, which can be 18 and 18, or 666, or LF, LF, to create this, because you don't want to create 666 with FFF. L is 2 F's and 1. There's 4 3s in here. There's 3 4s, but there's only 1.5 4s in here. You know why? Because when man gets his face, he's 1.5 times up on his buddy. And that's why when you play blackjack, you get 1.5 times for the blackjack. Is there something you want to know about Mars? Jupiter? Maybe we'll finish off with the chakra on this one. Okay? Just a quickie, all right? I just learned this the other day. I just started the other day. You see, I start the same day. In fact, within 5 minutes that I start something, I already know something. Do you know why? Because I see. And I got half a brain and a big bird. Don't need much more than that. I'm going to show you a little something. When you see this, the top number is 8. The one below it is very close because it is 5. 5 is the passage, it is the center, and they align, 1, 2, 3. If you take out a deck of cards, you'll see all of these middles, how they place on cards. This one is 8. This one is 13. Is that possible? Hold on a second, just want to make sure. I did this the same mistake last time. 8, 9, 10, 11, 8, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15, what is it, 11, 14, no, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 23, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Oh, it's so perfect. This is insane. I'm going to get in so much trouble for this. God, please. This book will fly the world, my friends, when we are done. I will destroy this book for the world. And then again, it may destroy me, so we'll try one step at a time. This is what they call the chakra. Okay? In the first position, we have an 8. We start at 8 because it's the 8 heaven. It's the beginning of the starting of the heavens. Then you see the chakra where it's in a box. It says number 10. Don't look at the 13. Number 10 is Jack. 8, 10. H, Jack. H, J. Jack, heaven. There's another name for that Jack, but I do not know what it is. Okay? 8, 10, and on the other side is 12, which is alpha and beta, like the 3 dice in one, the L letter. Then I go down over to the left is 16. Across from 16, and you notice the road that goes across? You notice it goes behind the road? 16 can go to 18. 16, 17, 18. But when you go back to 19, okay, the 19 is not there. You can't go back anywhere. So 16 and 18 total is 34. Anyways, once you get back to the middle, this one is 20. And that's exactly where life is. 18 is the angel resident of R, 6, 6, and 6, L and F. The F would be here, okay, but it's the 8 is there, and the 6 would be here, which is the F, but it's not there because it's just not part of the equation because it's only one of the 6's. And here we're showing the 18, 3 of the 6's. Then you go to the left of where 20 is, and you go one down, is number 22, that's the letter D for life. I gotta go. I don't know why.